proud and independent nation. We're proud of how we take care of each other and our neighbors, just as BC firefighters have been helping the people of Los Angeles battle fierce wildfires. We're fortunate to live in the best province and the best country in the world. When our sovereignty is challenged, we have two choices: to surrender or to stand up. Today, we make the only possible choice: to stand up for British Columbians and all Canadians, to defend our workers, our businesses, and our communities. Times like this call for a plan of action that is both thoughtful and tough. Our strategy consists of three main components: to respond firmly and forcefully, to strengthen our economy at home, and to diversify our trading relationships in Canada and around the world. Canadians and Americans have always been friends and good neighbors. In many cases, we're family. We share the longest undefended border in the world. We've been partners in the fight for democracy, from storming the beaches at Normandy side by side, liberating Europe from fascism in the Second World War, to helping Ukrainians defend themselves from Putin's illegal invasion and war of aggression today. Throughout our history, British Columbians have had a unique bond with American leaders. In 1923, a huge crowd turned up in Stanley Park to greet President Harding, the first to ever visit Canada. In 1964, President Johnson came to Vancouver to sign the Columbia River Treaty, when Canada and the United States agreed to work together on flood prevention and electricity generation. One of his last acts as governor of Washington State, Governor Jay Inslee traveled to Langford to pay respects to our dearly departed friend, Premier John Horgan. President Trump's crushing 25% tariffs are a complete betrayal of the historic bond between our countries. It is a declaration of economic war against a trusted ally and friend. I understand President Trump is concerned about fentanyl in the United States. Well, we're concerned about fentanyl too. It's taken too many lives here in BC and made people and communities less safe. We welcome U.S. support in stopping the flow of fentanyl, drug precursors, and organized crime from China and Mexico. We all need to work together on this global problem. This isn't the way to do it. As British Columbians and as Canadians, we'll stand strong and united in the face of this unprecedented attack. This is not a fight we started, but we will respond firmly and forcefully. Here in BC, we support a strong Team Canada approach to stand up to Donald Trump. For our first of many steps, effective today, I have directed BC liquor sales to immediately stop buying American liquor from red states. Liquor store employees will be removing the most popular of these brands from government stores' shelves. I have directed government and our crown corporations, like BC Hydro, ICBC, and health authorities, to immediately stop buying American goods and services and buy Canadian.
Finally!
And finally, we have communicated our full support to the federal government for a comprehensive, targeted set of national tariffs against American products. We call on them to act with urgency. The Americans are bigger, but if we don't stand up for ourselves, they'll just keep coming back for more. After response, the second pillar in our strategy is to strengthen our economy here and make our province more self-sufficient. Yesterday, the province's leaders in business, labor, and First Nations met as our provincial task force on economic security and trade. We are united and clear-eyed in our goal to diversify and grow our economy and deliver a unified response. We will come out of this stronger. We won't leave our prosperity to the whims of unpredictable forces from beyond our borders. That starts with leveraging our incredible natural strengths. To that end, we have identified 10 major projects to expedite right away, including mines, renewable energy, and natural gas. That is $20 billion of investment to create over 6,000 jobs and support people in northern and rural communities. We're accelerating permit approvals on critical mining and low-carbon energy projects. Creating good-paying jobs is crucial to protecting the services like healthcare and education that we rely on every day. making sure British Columbians can thrive no matter what the world throws at us. Finally, we are diversifying our trading relationships. We're expanding trading partnerships with countries in Asia, Europe, and beyond. We already have new trade missions planned to strengthen relationships across the world. At the same time, we're working together with governments across the country to knock down trade barriers within Canada and make sure all provinces are buying Canadian first. We will never again allow ourselves to be beholden to the whims of one person in the White House. Now, I know many of you at home are worried right now about your job, about your business, about your family. And make no mistake, these tariffs do threaten workers, businesses, and whole industries, not just here at home, but on the other side of the border as well. In 1930, the US Congress passed a punishing tariff law. Loyal trading partners, including Canada, retaliated. American imports and exports dropped by 2/3. When the law first passed, unemployment in the US was at 8%. 2 years later, 3 times as many Americans were out of work, turning a depression into the Great Depression. Today's trade war threatens to be just as devastating south of the border. Canada, and BC in particular, has what the US needs. For example, a 25% tariff on Canadian mineral exports will cost American companies over $11 billion, increasing costs for the US defense industry, energy production, and manufacturing, and running directly counter to President Trump's stated goal of a golden age for Americans. Today we're at a crossroad, and the journey ahead won't be easy, but there is no place on earth I would rather be to face this threat than right here in British Columbia. We have everything we need to succeed. Abundant natural wealth and clean, cheap energy, a diversified economy, and access to global markets. And our most important resource of all, you, the people who call this beautiful place home. British Columbians are hardworking, highly skilled, and resilient. Through this uncertainty, our government will be there to stand up for you and your family. As proud British Columbians and Canadians, we will meet this moment together and come out stronger on the other side. Together we'll fight, not fold. Be resolute, not roll over, because that's just who we are. Here in the true North, strong and free. Thank you.